Hey guys, how's it going? What's up? Just driving to in between cities right now. Super scenic, very beautiful drive. And thought I would come to you guys and share some straight up value. I wanted to welcome you to my page. I do trainings, okay, so I'll train you every so often, and I'll drop golden nuggets, and I will be there for you. I will help mentor you, grow your mindset, help you grow your wealth, impact more in your world, help you find out more about yourself, okay? Like, there's a lot of success that's waiting to be expressed in your life, okay? Like, you are like an expression of the universe, and you have a lot of deep power inside of you, and to tap into that not only gives you the life that I've always truly wanted and desired, but you also get a chance to help other people do the same thing or do whatever they need to do for them in their lives. So being in this path, I am an activator, an enabler. I will help influence your success inside of you. We can even straight up manifest and manipulate it in for you using things like your name, okay? Because I go really deep with this stuff. See, the problem is that, we never know what the right investment's going to be. We always think, everyone's got an opinion, oh, you go for bonds, or oh, you go for mutual funds, or you invest in real estate. And then there are people out there, no, you got to get a home-based business, or you have to like put it in your mattress, and or hey, invest in my friend's thing, it's a new stock, the stocks you can invest in those, or forex. There's like even like, do you get the idea?
2 kilometers.
You get the idea here. There's a choice of how do you choose to create the wealth in your life. There's a problem here. Is that everybody's got an opinion, and not everything works for everyone. Some people are unable to even do that in the first place. They have no viable option. Theirs is just, I'm going to work until I die, or I'm going to work until I can't work anymore, or hopefully I'll have family I can like lean on, rely on, that's going to take care of me when I get older. I'm not sure what fate that you like align to. I don't know what different faith that you have. The reality is that you have something inside of you.
Proceed on Highway 19.
You have something inside of you that wants to be successful, and that wants to keep growing. It doesn't want to resign to that fate. Even if you're tired, you still want to enjoy your time. You still want to be able to do things you want to do, at least at some level, whether it be a very super basic, like, this is not what life is supposed to be level, all the way to those who are taking it absolutely seriously to create the life of their dreams for the people they love and all of that, okay? So the problem is that, you don't have a clear route on which direction is going to be the most. Like right now I'm traveling between cities, and it's about an hour and 15 minutes up, and there's basically 2 ways you can go. You can go along the highway I'm going, or you can take a scenic route and go through the other side where there's more scenery. It's going to take you a little bit longer, but there's more to see. Same thing inside of life and some people just park on the side of the road and they're like, I don't need to go. I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm just going to make a life of what I've got. I'm not going to keep moving down this city to go to a new place. For people who don't like traveling, it's fine. But there's no clear-cut road inside of success other than the way that people will tell you, right? Like, we like to think, oh, this is a really easy road because cars are on it. You need to buy a car. You're not going to get into any trouble. Like, you're gonna go down the road. The map will get you there, and you're good. But in success, there's like, oh, invest here and do this, and you have to go into that business, or brick and mortars never make it. Like, how come there are brick and mortar businesses everywhere? If they never make it and business is so hard, how come it's actually being possible, right? And then you have your turnkey systems like, oh, I'm going to open up a McDonald's or a fast food or a chain franchise. It's because they've already proven a model where now they're just selling you the entire rights to use it, because they know that if you build it, they will come. That's the whole point. Franchise. Now, the stance that I've taken into this was very negative, because I was like a company man. And I never had a stable job. I was always wanting a stable career somewhere in sales, and to be a part of a company, whether it be customer service or something, right? Like sales or something. And I bounced around from cars to finances to call center to retail, back and forth here, door to door, and ended up collecting like over 30 jobs before I finally gave up and was like, I just can't do this. Even when I'm doing good at a job, I still seem to get fired, and I just hated that. So my problem wasn't that I wanted to be in business. I wanted to motivate people. I wanted to get promoted and work up into the higher corporate ranks. That was my dream, my goal. And just basically get rich, making multiple six figures by being in a high office somewhere under a big corporate company. So I went to them all, and I basically tried to get with all of them, but I couldn't get past myself. So anyway, I bit the bullet. I got into business, got into direct sales, and it's been unbelievable. Now, this is still the business I'm in today. I've built businesses on top of and around this one, but it originally started with the only one time I was ever going to get into business. Like, I was not going to be that guy who did this MLM this and direct sales that and pyramid bullshit. I hate that. Oh man. So I'm like, if I get into that realm, if I even approach this, it was only because of the way that my friend was displaying his success, okay? And also, it was very unique. So I was like, okay, this isn't this weird pyramid marketing multi-level BS that's, like, oh, you gotta buy my juice every month, and here's your supplements. You start eating stuff you don't need to buy every month, and you don't use every month. But they get you on this subscription, you have to maintain it. Like, no thanks. Amway, I was like, the products suck. And they're really successful. Nothing to say wrong with Amway, but I was like, no. I ain't down with that, all right? I ended up, where am I? Just trying to pull this thing up. So I ended up starting my business, and I'll introduce this to you a little bit more clearly once I build a picture around this. I started this business and I didn't know what I was doing, because direct sales is that you work for yourself, okay? And you have to make sales on your own. And then the next problem starts. Nobody wants to listen to you. Nobody cares. Everybody thinks you're trying to sell them this big, huge. I'm like, no, it's not a pyramid, Mark. No, it's not. Trust me, it's different. It's so different. It's unique. It's a patented plan. And it's like, oh my God, like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. And it caused me a lot of struggle. So about 6, 7 months in, I'm like crawling sale by sale. One of my friends, my cousin, another one of my friends, another one of my friends, like, they kept me like the pulse that was like in a coma, and I wasn't able to actually get my business off the ground. Couldn't build it. Just had mental mindset issues about stability and like needs to be liked, and I couldn't say the things I needed to, and everyone was giving me bad reviews, and so it was taking me out, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And all of this stuff basically came to just bite me in the butt, because I was like, I want to be in business, but I just can't get over my ego. And, I was already, a student of reading books. So I was like, okay, I kept on reading them, and I like sliver by sliver, like was growing incrementally, right? My ability to speak, my ability to... I didn't want to do go lives. I didn't want to record myself. I just wanted to write things. I was like, I'm not going to go live. I don't like being on the video. And I remember that. It was funny. Anyways, and all along, once in a blue moon, once every month or 2 months or something like that, someone would come in and do something in my business, or, it at least did something. And eventually, my team and I, we learned about spiritual coaching. It became a topic. because coincidentally, I mean, we're all kind of spiritually open and aware and all this stuff, so it's not like, we're completely against that. It's like I started in spirituality, but way before I ever knew what business was. And so I looked into this, and it took me down a very interesting road, because at this point I'm one of my junior ranks inside of this business. So I've proven that it works, and like I've been doing this, I can do this as a community, I got good at this, or at least enough to continue to do, because the way that we generate money is very forgiving. So unlike the guy who makes $2 to $3 on a sneaker on Amazon, or the person who makes $6 or $7 a month per subscription he sells to someone, right? And they have to keep buying it. When I make a one-time sale, it's up to $4,000. So I'm like, okay, it's got forgiveness. It's got a really lenient space that is, if I don't do that much, I'm still at least gonna do something, and keeps your nose in the game, because it can get very intense once you see what the leverage ability of this. I will show it to you, I promise. But the reason why I wanted to share this to you, I wanted to share you my timeline. And to let you know where I've been, what I've gone through, so that the serious people are gonna take a look. You're gonna absolutely want to. You're gonna be like, who is this guy? Why should I trust you? What are you trying to sell me? And I'm like trying to figure this out. I'm like, I'm trying to sell you your dreams back. Like someone ripped those from you, and you have this ability inside of you to go get it. So if you're not gonna go get it, a part of you dies. And that's like a shitty thing to happen. Especially when I'm not going to let that happen for my family and my kids. I'm absolutely no, I don't want that for my life. And I'm going to continuously get better. I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to become more and more of the human being I'm supposed to be, and give more to this planet and help more people. This is what I've chosen to do in my life, is to help people move forward. So of course this is going to be in levels of business, empowering others, but I'm sitting here and I'm learning this spiritual information, and it has the I don't even know how to explain this. It has the ability to tell you who you are by showing up in the different numbers that are in your birthday and that are in your name. It's called Pythagoras numerology. I found this and stumbled across this, and it was unreal. I helped a lot of people, thousands of people, in a few years. Every day, bam, 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 bam. I have to book my time off. Otherwise I'm available. I have to literally set my schedule to take care of my family first, so that nobody can accidentally book me during those times. And then if I don't book days, people will. I have to keep. It's the opposite of where I was when I first got into business. I was like white space on a calendar. It was like I didn't even draw on it. Now it's like if I don't, it's getting plugged in. And this is how powerful this thing is. I learned how to help people read themselves. I learned how to help people find out about who they are and take identity of themselves properly, in such a very beautiful way of seeing your own reflection, seeing your own vision of you, and it hits home. So we get a chance to talk to each other privately, and I'll show you what I mean, okay? Remind me to share with you, to tell you who you are. Think about that for a second. Remind me to tell you who you are when we talk. It's nuts. And then, on top of this, I got the ability, I've learned the technology, the language enough to use this to help promote your vibration into the direction of success, business, online, long-term, family, the success you want in life. It's a matter of whether or not you're able to vibrate at that level. Everybody wants it. They teach you this. We're all ingrained Some people want the lavish lifestyle. Some people want the simple lifestyle. There's like a dozen or so different ranges of happiness and success, and a combination of all of them that will make you feel powerful. So whether you want to be a spiritual person, or you want to be an athletic person, or an independent person, or your success is a very personal thing. So on top of your personal desire for how you want to succeed, these numbers show whether or not your ability to reach that vibration is present. And I've learned how to help people to create a presence for that vibe, okay? So there's my business growing, and then suddenly I find this spiritual information, and I start giving it and exercising it within our community, because we're all a bunch of people who decided to join the same business, and everybody's out here. You've seen these videos. Oh, click on my link. Oh, check it out. It's 90% done for you. Oh, yeah. It's like just buy my system and then buy my product, and then, we'll teach you how to do it. And it's this, the difference is, because I'm like, well, how come I'm selling the exact same thing and it's not what everyone else is seeing? The difference is that you get a chance to build a relationship with me. You get a chance to choose. You get a chance to say, I want to see this. You have a chance to say, I don't want to see this. You get a chance to choose me as the type of person who you want to train, mentor, coach, and develop your wealth. Some people are not going to get this because they're just in it for the dollar. They're going to get cheap and dirty sales, and cheap and dirty people or want to do cheap and dirty things to each other and themselves, and you see it all the time, and they take your money and run. And I've been a victim of that before, and I know exactly what that's like, whether it be in business, in love, in work, in employment, in family, anywhere you go. The same bullshit mentality is going to be, it's when people have their ego over their hearts. And then they have the people who have your hearts over your ego. Just as bad, just as challenging, just as difficult, because you need to have a combination of the two in order to get anything done in life. You have to be precise enough to know the way and committed enough to keep going when the going gets tough. And that takes some time. That takes some friendship. That takes some connection. You need trust. You need to have respect for one another. You have to see this person's story. You have to want to commit to 17 minutes, and be like, I'm still here. I'm still here because I'm freaking serious, and absolutely you can count on me. Those are the people who want, not the people who are like 5 minutes in, they're like, oh my God, he said sale, I'm out of here. I introduce things to people so that I can disqualify you. I don't want to have to waste your time. You have a lot of important things to do. If this is not your opportunity, then something else will be. I believe that there is something for you out there, and a moment where you will decide on that. And I hope that that's going to be a powerful decision into your success, and not a debilitating decision into your disaster. Okay? Just saying. So I'm working with my community. I got into this business, there was about 150 people, and it was direct sales. And over time, now I've learned this technology, I've been helping people, we've been growing. Now suddenly we're looking to make a revamp to get into the digital age, because everybody's selling things online, and how are we supposed to do this? No, because the problem was that, hey, I came up with that situation. I wasn't being consistent in my sales. There wasn't a system for me the same way there is for McDonald's or A&W or like any restaurant or any chain store that you buy a franchise. There was none like that. I was just a mix and mash of learning the best you could. And so results were very varied. And these companies that we work with they're 40 years old. They're not like yesterday, okay? They've been here, they've proven themselves true. And there's a curve that they experience. Pay attention, because that's that's going to be an interesting thing that you recognize later. So the new problem was that, how do we help people get there faster? How do we help people to figure this out? Here I am taking it from the spiritual level. Me and my mentors are taking it from the actual, like real level. And back when it was just direct sales, I would meet people in groups, Facebook groups. Some of you guys may be watching this, and became friends with you guys. And, you know, about 6 months, a year later, you kind of looked at me being like, yo, so I think I want in. Because it was naturally for you. It was naturally something you wanted to be a part of. Or, you know, I convinced you. I'm not sure if I did, if it was it. I believe it's for your best interest. Okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't have got into my business for myself if I didn't believe it was in my best interest. So, and I've helped people who weren't even getting into business. They just needed help. So, you know, what ended up happening was that the new version of direct sales was starting to emerge. This social media branding, the ability to follow your own channel, the ability to create content and deliver value to audiences who are all ready and looking for a solution to the situation that we have. So people who have problems, I'll tell you, want to know some real problems? When you're making all the money you could, but you got no time to spend it with your family. And you have to work like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you got the money's coming in, and you're freaking exhausted, and your body hurts, and you've got like a high risk, and there's a miserable attitude, and you're just throwing your life away. Half of it, you either sleep, work, or and that's it. Like, imagine that feeling, that you have to watch your little kids like grow up without you there. Whether you work in camps or you work 9 to 5 with an extra hour and a half commute and an hour lunch and a half an hour break, that's like 10 to 12 hours that you're not home. And you have to sleep for 6, 7 hours. So you got like 6, maybe 5 hours left to help your family get around. That's not a lot of time. And we were raised with nannies. So while we were home from school, my parents weren't even home. They were working. And they were very dedicated to, you know, creating success for us in a family. I have entrepreneur parents. And they taught us how to, you know, that's what it was. And I'm blessed to be able to have that, because it opened up my mindset. I didn't realize that I had an advantage in my mindset. I thought everybody thought this way. We don't. A lot of people are thinking, oh my God, he's going to sell me something. Oh my God, what is he talking about? There's a scam. He's trying to take my money. Because we've been taught and ingrained that you're losing something if you have to pay for something. And that's a really difficult thing to experience, because you don't do that when you buy a car. You don't do that when you buy a toothbrush. You don't do that when you go into the into the store looking for something. Like, you don't do that at all. You basically just buy the things that you need because they're solving situations for you. Why else do you have a job? You bought a job, you bought a career, for some of you, you know, in order to go and sustain your lifestyle, your livelihood. And for me, the price to pay was too strong that I'd have to be absent from my family growing up, and someone would have to raise them. So I'm either paying, like, and I'm making this calculation when I'm a kid. I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to make this enough money to buy my house and to raise my kids, and, you know, and what if my wife doesn't want to work, or she's gonna have to work too, and I'm just gonna spend all my money on babysitting. And that was like my biggest fear as a kid, was that I wasn't gonna be around for my kids. So I thought about, how can I work from home? How can I build a business around me? How can I, you know, and my best idea at the time, because I love to draw, was if I could draw stuff.
In 2 kilometers.
So I thought, you know, I'm going to draw, I'm going to be an artist, I'm going to, you know, but then I figured I'm going to have to draw all the time, and I'm going to start hating drawing. So this is me at 12, eh? So, you know, they decided to help this social media create an awareness around social media. So we hired the best. We hired people who were making $20,000, $40,000 a sale, or $20,000, $40,000 a month, like in the multiple 5 figures, you know, and help us to create the infrastructure to handle thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Exit.
So they built a system for us. And first things that they did was they actually
Next right.
had people buy our products who were already doing what they were doing, and they replaced our products with their system. And people were starting to show up with in their very first month making over $100,000 or hitting over 100 sales in their first 30 days or their first week. And it was like, it was only like 4 days worth of action, but because it took them almost 3-4 weeks to process all of that volume. Okay,
Proceed about 6 kilometers to Cliff Avenue.
Sorry, I'm driving. So imagine for a second that we found the perfect opportunity and we hired people who are already successful in their field, and they put the two together and they created a nuclear explosion. Broke records with this company. Started helping people every single day utilize their social media, their own platform, to be able to get leads and get people to buy. And it just took off like wildfire. And from that 100 back in 2014, 2013, around there, turned into over 10,000 like worldwide in like less than 5 years. And we have broken records and set new unbelievable standards. This is unprecedented. This was literally a nuclear explosion. This was a change in the in the whole paradigm of our business. Like, it's like you can't even explain it, and I couldn't even try. You guys would just be like, I don't get it. But just imagine that you, like, even at, oh man, it's like unbelievable. And so what did it consist of? Well, you see a video like this, would be a lot shorter. It'd be like a 1 minute. Maybe you've seen some of mine, the one that brought you here. A 1 minute video saying, click on this link, watch this video, and buy at the end, right? And then you get a chance to be a part of something. We get a chance to teach you, train you, show you, and then introduce you to offers that we're using in order to make high ticket commissions. Okay, so this is, and then we'll lead you back to the original business that I started back in 2014. Because they wanted to make it easier to find leads. Because it's hard to talk to your friends and family. Because nobody wants to go to a coffee shop. Nobody wants to draw a comp plan. Nobody wants to do any of that multi maga daga jaga jaga. And like you look like a stalker. So, why not let people come to you? Why not people buy your brand first, buy you for who you are, and then they can decide for themselves, as they get to know you, like you, trust you, if this is something that they want to know more about, or if change the channel, I've lost interest. So if you're still watching this, chances are it's because you're the one who needs this, or you're the one who wants this, okay? And I don't know what you're running from. I don't know what bear is chasing you. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know how much money you are in debt, how much time you are wasting with away from your family, or how much pain you're going through loss or defeat, or how much lack of faith you have in employment. Like, I don't know this stuff. All I get a chance to do is to show up and let you, whichever one it is that you are, come and share with me. Because again, there's only really 12 pitfalls. There's only really a few different places you can grow into. And once you understand and know what you're doing, it doesn't matter what you're growing through. The only thing that matters is you're growing through it. Like, this is business. This isn't like some sort of crystal ball. You're not gonna accidentally, stumble on some brand new thing. Like, no. This is business. It's all about creating likability and trust.
800 meters, left turn at the end of the road onto Cliff Avenue.
Sorry. So what are you selling? What are you gonna really sell? Are you gonna sell a widget, bidget, fidget, splidget, a little tiny thing that you can just use? Or, in my situation, are you gonna sell someone the opportunity? I think this is too bright, sorry. Are you gonna sell someone the opportunity to create something for themselves in their life that is gonna help them and help others? What problem are you solving? Think about that for a second.
Left turn at the end of the road.
This is gonna get loud. Sorry, guys. I'm like back into the city now. I've made it. So I made my journey, and so I just I'm almost there. So I'll wrap this up soon. But can I? Yeah. Okay. So I'll just do it like this for a second until I turn. I decided to sell an opportunity that helps the everyday person create wealth in their life and success in their life, depending on whatever that is for you. So you're like, oh, that sounds pretty vague and ambiguous. It really isn't. I'll just...
Proceed about 2 kilometers to Highway 19A.
Okay, thank you. What I bought, or what I needed to sell myself, was my time back, my financial solidarity, the ability to contribute. I wanted to help people. I wanted to have something I could build around myself. Like, that was a product that I was buying, excuse me. That was a solution I needed. Because I needed to generate an income that was comfortable enough that I wanted, so I could live the life I wanted, without having to sacrifice my time so I would get there when I'm like
In
an old
800
man.
meters, right turn onto Highway 19A.
I will do so. For anybody guys wondering, where am I in the world? Vancouver Island. Vancouver has its own island. What's up? And so it's a beautiful place in a little town called Nanaimo, or as my friends like to pronounce it, Nanaimo. And I'm just going up the road about an hour and 20 minutes to pick up my little ones. Okay? So that was what I was selling. I was buying my time. I was buying my ability to raise my family, like, hands-on, okay? Like, that's a pain.
Next right,
That's a
and then
big pain.
left turn at the end of the road.
I had like a very like scarred relationship with employment, so I was losing faith that I was going to be able to do that at a regular job. Okay, so that's probably where you're at, or why you're watching this, is because you're like, how did you do it? How did you actually get out? Because I drive a 2018 Toyota 4Runner, black limited. I don't go to a job. I basically work from my home. I help people every day all across the world. Like, it's a wonderful feeling. Wonderful, wonderful feeling. I'll tell you straight up. Now, we have this
Left turn at the end of the road.
platform, because you have to learn some skills if you want to be inside a business. We have a platform, and inside of this building, this online building, okay, that these people created, would teach you how to show up for social media, the way you're seeing me right now.
Proceed about 1 kilometer to Ryan Road.
Thank you. And show you how to set up your social media, show you how to spend money for advertising on Facebook, show you how to, create a brand around yourself, provide you with a community of people who are all doing the same thing so that you're not alone and you can learn off everyone. Live trainings from millionaires, multimillionaires who teach you, coach you, train you, people who are inside of our community, as well as people who are outside personal development that we work with. Okay, so it's an entire culture around increasing your mindset.
Ryan Road.
Increasing your mindset, providing you the tools, giving you all of the things that you need. And so the only thing that you really need to be responsible for is your commitment to actually showing up to your audience. Because, if you want to build an audience, you could go out there with a sign and you'd still have to go to the store and get a sign and a paper, and you'd be limited to there. So wherever you decide to build your audience, it's going to cost you something, whether it be time or energy or money. Money is energy. That's why they call it currency, because current is an electrical energy magnifier or measurement, and so is currency is the financial one. So it's the same thing, time or energy, okay? Time or money. And so, money's energy. Okay, I'm turning, fine. Jeez, it's a car. So we teach you exactly how to use that, because Facebook has a very cool ability to be able to let you...
Proceed about 2 kilometers to Lowick Road.
Has an ability to let you reach a higher audience through paid network or paid advertising. Okay, Instagram does this, LinkedIn does this, Twitter, you can do this. You can show up as a sponsored ad. You can do it on articles, on blogs. You can show up anywhere you want online and be something that targets the people who are looking for what you have to sell. When I show up here with you, I know that we like the same things. I know that we connect at a certain level. I've told Facebook that I'm looking for people who like what I have to say. So I've been building this conversation, this relationship over time, because nobody likes to do anything with someone that they don't know, like, or trust. It's just like simple, okay? So the fact that I'm building this over time with you guys, because I don't want to attract anyone that doesn't want to work with me. If you're like, oh, this is a scam, you would have stopped watching a long time ago. So you build this audience around us in authenticity. It's a find of your tribe. This is the best way for me to ever do business, okay? So inside of this platform that these people sell, they built around my business, is a way to fast track your success, because all you have to do is just click, and you'll follow the instructions and you're set up for business.
In 800 meters, right turn onto Lerwick Road.
And you start learning how to tell your story. Where'd you come from? What kind of a person are you? And you're like meeting new friends on Facebook. If you want to be successful, if you want to be the slammy sleazies, you just be like, oh, click here. Limited spots available. I'll tell you the limited spots that I have available, and it's a reality. It's not just a sell. Is that I can only work with 20 people a year. Like dedicated, only actually work with less than 2 dozen people.
Next right.
Like I don't have the time or energy. There's literally only 20 spots available per year. Like in order for me to not go crazy, and I work with thousands at a very small level. I help them once they're already inside of our community. I'm working with them because I'm coaching them, and I'm helping them get to the place they need to be in their life so they can create the success they want to create, and they go on to do it. And then I've been very successful in building a business around this. So it's been very, very powerful, and man, has that just changed my life. So, at the core is the people who want to create wealth for themselves are needing a mentor. They need a system. They need some products. They need to find an audience. They need to know all of these moving pieces, and nobody knows how to do any of this stuff. Okay, we barely know how to put a lemonade stand up. Halfway through, you're like, oh yeah, I need this, or I need this, or I didn't think of that, or now what am I going to do with this? Especially if you get successful, you start finding you have new problems. So my problem was, give me some time with my family. I want to be able to afford this, and time is money. So that's what I always thought. So inside of our group, you get set up for market. You make small little commissions. It pays for your use of the products, $99 a month US if you choose to use them or not. And for now, they're going to increase the price because they're just that good. And so its ability to save thousands of dollars in investment and years of learning mistakes just to buy it paid for you, done for you. Everything's ready to go. So when we get to this, place where you're up and running, you have an opportunity to promote products that will make you up to, like I said, up to like $4,000 a ticket. So it's very forgiving.
In 800 meters, left turn onto Inverclyde Way.
And because you make that much up front, when they go on to do the same thing inside of your team, you're making up to $3,000, $2,000, $1,000, $500, $1,500, $2,500. Like the different levels of ranges of commission that happen just because the one you were referred, and not because of what your performance was on your level, but what of their performance was. So you're looking to buy influencers. You're looking to connect with people who want to build a business. You're looking at people who see the power and leverage, okay? This is what really is the whole point of this. It's not like trying to sell it to a bunch of people. That would take a long time. I'm looking for people who have big organizations already. They're not happy with their current products. They're not happy with their business. They needed to leave. FTC shut them down. Something weird happened inside. Like there's a place for brand new people to be, grown. And if you need me to cradle that vision with you, this is what we do. But if you're asking me who I'm looking to buy or who I want to talk to, I want to talk to the millionaires who aren't happy. I want to talk to the high people who are like sick and tired of this and they can't figure it out. And they're like, they've tried everything and they can't break through the next level of success. Because it's kind of hard to convince someone you can make multiple 5 or even 6 figures in a month. Like that for normal people, they're like, are you kidding me? That sounds just insane. I don't make that in a year. But other people are like, show me how. If they know what you're talking about.
In 400 meters, right turn onto
because they're like, show me how.
Drive.
I know that I'm gonna have to continue this one later because I'm at my destination now. But they've imagine the potential. Imagine the potential of what could be possible when you have an open mind. You're looking for the right coach, the right system, and this vibration shows up to think, guys, you have the opportunity to share your message and story with the world and to help other people become successful as well as you do. So, I'd say build it together. I'm looking for the people who are looking for that extra advantage, the ones who are not going to quit up, the ones who are not going to go belly down or belly up. They don't want to, accept things the way they are anymore. Then you're looking for something. These are the people who actually have some success power. So what we do is we show you how to create this wealth of your life through what I've just been telling you. This is what your webinar looks like. You have a chance to reach out, but the reality is that I can only work with a few people. So I want to know, what's your situation? Why are you going through what you're going through? Why did you want to work with me? Why should I work with you? How much time, money, and energy are you willing to invest in learning the skills to free your life to whatever it is that you want to do with your life? Like, what are you willing to give in order to get that? We'd have a discovery session together where we talk to each other. I'll let you know about myself. You let me know about yourself. We'll see if this is a right fit. If we feel like this is comfortable, we'll go into the nitty-gritty details, and I'll share with you absolutely everything, answer every single question. There's no problem with that. We're looking for serious people. If it's not for you, that's fine. Quickly, let's not waste any more of each other's time. Tell me, is there anybody you know who would be interested in this? Like, share the wealth. Because you may be like, this is great, just not great for me, and that's fine. So if it's not great for you, that's fine. But if it is great for you, this could have been the best thing you've ever listened to in your whole life, the best thing to ever save your, life, whatever it is. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, so I hope this has inspired you and that you find the passion inside of you to go out and reach your dream. And if you don't know where to start, I will give you a list, a library of audiobooks that I give to my entrepreneurs. It's a free gift. I will give it directly to you so that you can start to think and absorb and learn and experience the same way that we do and we treat the most successful people that we work with. This is the curriculum. This is the stuff that we need to know in order to actually help people. Okay, so I gotta go, but much love, much appreciation. I'll see you guys soon. Send me a message, tell me, Bobby, I watched it, I want my audios, and let's have a chat. Let's talk about what your story is and what you're doing here, okay, and what you want to do most importantly. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you soon.